Right, here we go. Hello people, how you doing? Hope everyone's well. So, I just wanted to make a quick video today about comments that I've had from some people with regard to me living in Thailand. This was about 2 years ago. I went back to the UK for a few months just to see the family and do a bit of work while I'm over there. And the comment was, what I had, was that I finished work, or it was a day off work, I can't remember now, and I just went to the pub, had a few beers. I was chatting with a fella beside me, and the barmaid there was all chatting together, and it came up in the conversation. I said to him, well, I live in Thailand now. I've been living in Thailand for, at that time I'd been living here for 8 years, and popped to the UK for 3 months work, see the family. And the barmaid, she was about 10 years older than me, so she was late 50s, early 60s, quite an attractive woman, and had a deep tan. And I know some women in the UK that have had a tan all of their life. You know, they just like to have a tan and they think it's nice and it's great, and you know, I wouldn't disagree with them. It does look nice for some people, you know. So anyway, I said to them, I live in Thailand, been living in Thailand at the time for 8 years, and she said to me, if you don't mind me saying so, you don't have much of a tan. So this is what I wanted to explain to you guys, okay? As I explained to them, the barmaid and the fella sitting next to me, we're having a few beers together. The first thing is, I've never been one that's been bothered about a tan. I've never really been interested in getting a tan. I've done a few times in my life in England. I go really red first, and then it burns you, and you know, I've done it a few times. It's never really bothered me, and I've had a few holidays where most of the time I still come back, a little bit red, or the same way as I am now, still white, or maybe you get a little bit of colour and that fades away after 3 or 4 days. But I've never been one interested, personally. I've never been one interested in getting a deep tan, you know. And I know also in the UK there are a lot of people that just go on holiday for a week or two, and as soon as they wake up in the morning, shower, breakfast, straight down the beach, 8 hours trying to get the sun, the tan, not seeing the country, not travelling around, not experiencing the culture very much. Just their main concern is, I've got to have a tan to go back to England. I've got to have a tan. So that, you know. And when do they do it? When do they do it? They go on holiday when it's the hottest time in the UK. Well, if it's the hottest time in the UK, you can get a tan in England, can't you? A lot of people in England go abroad in the summertime when you can actually get a tan in England in the summertime. So really, they should, at the summertime, stay in England, but go abroad in the winter time in England to a hotter country. Yeah, that's what they should do, but they don't do it today. A lot of people don't do it. The busiest time in the UK for people to go abroad is at the summertime. I can understand it's to do with kids' holidays and that kind of thing, you know, but I understand that. But anyway, getting back to the reason why I don't have a tan. Live in Thailand, and I think my hands are a little bit brown, but this is the reason why anyway. You have to put yourself out to get a tan, or your routine has to be incidental, that you get a tan kind of accidentally. Now, at the time I was working in a school over here, so I drive to school for starters, you know, I live in a house, I don't live in a field, so you're not going to get a tan in your house, are you? I drive to school working as a teacher in a local school in my car, so you're not going to get a tan in the car. Then I'm in a school, I'm in a classroom, I'm in an office, you're not going to get a tan there. And then when I finish working, I'm in my car and come straight back home again, so you're not going to get a tan there either, are you? So, this is what I explained. You don't get a tan. Oh, but I don't understand. I don't understand. You live in a really hot country, it's really sunny, and, you know, why haven't you got a tan? Well, that's the reason why you don't get a tan. You know, because you're just busy. On the video now, it's looking like my hands are a little bit brown. And that is because sometimes I drive, my face, look, it shows here a little bit brown. I think that's I'm not sure if it's coming up on the video or not. My hairs are a bit brown there. But maybe I have got a little bit on my, a little bit on the top there. That's because sometimes I drive a motorbike. And you know, you get the sun on your hands. So I've got a little bit there, but not on the face or anywhere else. And the other thing is, what is misunderstood, I think, everyone here in Thailand is born with a brown skin. They all are. And everyone in the UK is born with white skin. Well, if you're white, naturally you're white. You know, if your mum and dad's white, then you are. You know, if you're Asian or black or whatever, then you're born with that colour skin, and that's fine. But you know, I'm talking about me. I'm white. My mum and dad's white. I'm a white guy. So, and the majority of people are white over there, right? So, it's the fashion there to be tanned. You know, a beautiful girl, and she wants to be, I want to have a tan, or a guy's a handsome guy, I want to have a tan, or whatever. So they do it, and it's kind of fashionable, and, you know, they kind of feel to themselves, oh, I'm going to look great, and people are going to like me because they've got a tan on me. Whereas over here, everyone's born brown. The fashion is to be white. It really is. The whiter you are, the better you are. Well, the more sort of fashionable it is, and, you know, whatever you want to call it. You know, I'm not going to say better you are. I don't believe in that. No one's better than anybody because of the colour of the skin. But you understand what I'm saying is. Now, all of the royal family, their skin won't be dark brown like the everyday people here, because they do something about it. There's no movie stars over here, actresses or actors, that are white because that are brown because they do something about it. The richest people over here, they're all white like me, or even whiter than me, because they do something about it. And when I say do something about it, I mean over here you can't buy tanning cream that, you know, that you spray on, or creams or whatever to make your skin look brown. There's none of that. There's no tanning booths, you know, where you lay under the sunbeds, or they put a spray on tan. There's nothing like that here. But there is everywhere whitening cream. There's whitening cream. Now, I've had students, there's one girl in particular I'm thinking of, woman I should say, she was in her 30s, and she comes from quite a wealthy background, and I said to her, your skin's really white, really pale, and she said, yeah, because I put cream on all the time. There's a cream, I don't know anything about this cream, but it does seem to work, and that's what the richer people do, because they don't want to look the same as the everyday people that are not rich. And even the poorer ones are even darker because they've got labourer type jobs. They're working in construction, or they're working on the farms and that kind of thing, and they're under the sun all the time, and they really are dark skinned, really, really dark skinned. So I never put myself out to get a tan. Never get a tan. Apart from a little bit incidental on the back of my hands, maybe riding a bike sometimes to the local shop to pick up some groceries. And I'm sort of naturally, this is my colour, natural my colour, the way that a lot of them really want to be. You know, especially the ones that have got money. They're trying to look like Westerners. You know, so I'm not doing anything, and they'll think I'm a movie star. Well, no, not really, but you know what I'm saying, yeah? So that is the difference. The main point what I'm trying to make here is that people that are born brown, you know, kind of stay brown, but if they're quite wealthy, they want to change it and they want to look like Westerners. Whereas in the UK, I think it goes back to in the when flights, passenger, people started going on holiday in the UK was really around about in the 70s when it started becoming commercial. But only the richest could do it. Only the people that was really quite wealthy could afford to go to Spain, go to fly to Europe in the early 70s, early mid-late 70s. It was only the people that had a few bob that could do it. Nobody else could. And so you see them, they come back really tanned, walking around, bloody hell, like they've got a few bob because they're tanned. You know, it's in the winter time even. Bloody hell, they've got a few bob. So I think that continued through the 80s, 90s, and even probably now. You know, people think like come back with a tan, it shows you like you've got a status higher or you've got more money or something like that because you've got a tan, you know. But really, anybody now in the UK can have a holiday to Spain or Europe, anywhere, you know, Greece, Turkey, you know, it's so cheap. It's anybody can have it. So for me personally, I think, well, if someone wants to have a tan, then great for them, but you've got no, you know, I mean, go back 30, 40 years ago, everyone would look at them and think, bloody hell, they've got money because they've got a tan. It shows you've paid for an aeroplane, you've paid for a flight, for a holiday abroad at a time when most people couldn't do it. But now, anybody can do it. Anybody in the UK, really, can go to Spain for a couple of weeks holiday and, you know, it's not that expensive anymore. So, anyway, I'm going to cut it off there. I just want to explain it, why I live in Thailand and I don't have a tan. I'm never in the sun that much. But, you know, it's very easy to get a tan, very, very quickly. Last month, the house I just moved to, last month, I had to go outside. I was only out there 10 minutes, just cutting the hedges around the outside, the border of the property. I was there 15 minutes and I was red, you know, burnt red. And I thought, so bloody hell, you know, it really can happen really, really quickly. I think you go red first and then you got to top it up, and then you're brown, you know. So you can get it here really quickly, but I think it's got to be incidental, as I said before, like you know, you outside cutting the hedges, or if you're living over here and you have to walk to work or something and you're in the sun, then you're going to get a tan. But you know, then most people got a car or something, or you know, whatever, a motorbike. You're not going to get a facial tan driving a motorbike because you've got a crash helmet on. So there it is. I'm going to cut it off here. It's 14 minutes now, this video, and I thought it was only going to be about 2. I can't stop talking, can I? Okay, take care of yourself, guys, and I'll do another video soon. Take care. Goodbye.